School children in England wear gas masks during World War II in 1939. New York City rush hour in the early 1900s was chaos. The oldest known condom was found in Tutankhamun's tomb and dates back to 1350 BC. Stonehenge shown in 1877 and in 2019. A brave New York policeman hanging from a street girder in 1920. A Chinese woman with her feet bound in the late 1800s. Bandits roost alleyway Mulberry Street, New York in 1888. The first known photograph taken around 1845 of a cat. California 1933, a champagne inspector wearing a protective mask against bottle explosions. A shoemaker from the 1850s. Ancient human footprints dated from 21,000 years ago found in White Sands, New Mexico. An immigrant family arrives on Ellis Island taken in 1904. New York City streets circa 1928. The crescent moon hairstyle popular in the 1800s. The real-life Peaky Blinders, Birmingham, 1910. East Berlin soldiers refused to shake hands with West Berliners after the wall fell. The Titanic compared to the size of a modern-day cruise ship. Queen Victoria photobombs her son's wedding in morning dress. Rose Kennedy photographed shortly before her forced lobotomy. John Wayne dressed as the Easter Bunny in 1972. Lady Gaga pictured before fame in 2004. A piece of cable from the Golden Gate Bridge. The Rocket Express monorail carries kids through a toy store in the 1950s. Robin Williams photographed as a mime in Central Park in 1974. U.S. Special Forces deploy with nuclear warhead via parachute. Hippie father and daughter, Amsterdam in 1968. Paul Newman in Venice, 1963. Humphrey Bogart's shoe lifts used in the movie Casablanca in 1942. A 393-year-old Greenland shark, the oldest known vertebrate. Theodore Roosevelt at age 19. A young George Clooney with his family in 1968. Chicago 129 years ago. John Wayne age 23 in 1930. 13-year-old Cher arrested in 1959 for taking her mom's car. LAPD's female trainees practice with revolvers in 1948. Models of American Gothic pose beside the painting in 1942. Policeman giving a woman a ticket for wearing a bikini in 1957. The creator of the chocolate chip cookie Ruth Graves Wakefield. Drunk baskets were used to carry intoxicated patrons home, Istanbul 1960. George Washington's trunk bed, 1775. Albert Einstein teaching physics at Lincoln University in 1946. British woman calmly sips tea after London bombing 1944. Marilyn Monroe and Arthur Miller wedding 1956. Heaven's Gate, natural arch in Tianmen Mountain, China. Sopot, Poland. An entire population lives along a single street. Billy and Benny McCrary, the world's heaviest twins in 1978. Enzo Ferrari in the 1920s. Bruce Lee's intense training drills in the 1960s. Point Lookout, Tennessee, 1880. Robert Wadlow, the tallest man in history, stood at 8 feet 11 inches. Stephen Hawking marries Jane Wilde in 1965. An orangutan in the ruins of its rainforest. A 440-pound blue whale heart. List that shows how much artists were paid at Woodstock, 1969. New Year's Eve celebrations, 1920. Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler and Brendan Fraser in 1995. Princess Anne, age 19 in 1969. Melinda Lou Thomas, inspired the name and logo for Wendy's, founded in 1969. Celebrating New Year's Eve in the 1960s. Fran Drescher in 1997. Mug shots of iconic singers, 1938 to 1986. Sharon Tate showing baby clothes that she bought in London, 1969. Children playing, New York's Lower East Side, 1963. Two Armenian women pose with rifles, 1895. Train travel in the 1890s. Hong Kong in the 1920s. The Oval Office without furniture. King Tut's Tomb, 1922. A snowstorm hits New York City in 1888. Thomas Wettiers, the man with the largest nose in history at 7.5 inches. Carving the Eye of Thomas Jefferson, Mount Rushmore, 1936. Outfits worn by doctors treating plague patients in the 1600s. The Lincoln Memorial, Washington, D.C. in 1907. Hershey factory workers wrapping chocolate in 1937. The first-class lounge on the Titanic. A woman charging her electric car in 1912. A rare photo of Albert Einstein at 3 years old. Postwoman from the 1910s. The nuclear bombing of Nagasaki, Japan. Britain's oldest door, built nearly 1,000 years ago. December 5, 1933, the night Prohibition ended. A typical college dorm room in 1910. New York City subway, 1980. Kiss in Central Park, 1974. The Statue of Liberty in Paris before its journey to New York. Charlie Chaplin meeting Helen Keller in 1919. The last known photo of the Titanic, April 1912. The oldest known bottle of wine on Earth, the Spire wine bottle. The Italian royal family, 1905. Mount Rushmore before the presidential faces were carved. Grueling dance marathons where people fell asleep standing up. The Times building under construction in 1903. Competitors at the Space Invader Championships in 1980. The first ever photograph of the Moon. The eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 1944. Airplane interior in 1925. The Last Queen of Mongolia, Queen Genepil, 1920. Marilyn Monroe, 1950. New York City construction workers. School girls in gas masks, World War II.